Like, you can't stop him. Like, it's one of those, like, all right, we're going to double team him, triple team over there. It's like, nah, he's fast enough that he just sort of screw you, and he went around it. Like, he's really good. Like, I think, like, if I was drafting in the NFL, I'd take him first overall personally.
Yeah. He's not going to be there when Baltimore drafts. But when I watch him, I think like the Ravens, crazy, great defense. Like he would fit in perfectly. Like
what would you
be
do
the next guy.
if you were the Raiders? Would you take Mendoza? You don't have to, just because I know you suck and you need a quarterback, but you take him and then suddenly you're paying him a ton of money. You're locked in for 5 years with him essentially. Or do you go worse? Yeah. We were so bad, man. We don't even need a quarterback yet. Like, we need to get players, and Ruben Bain's a player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, hope, if you're the Raiders, you hope there's another guy that you really like that, maybe is not quite,
well, you could get Bain second or third type thing. He ain't falling to 5, you know what I mean? But
like Jackson Dart with the Giants, right? They could have taken any quarterback top 5. They didn't, right? And then there was Dart, and they liked him, kind of later in the first round. Have a guy like that kind of just seeps through the top 10 that maybe you could trade back in. And get your
look at Tyler Shuck. So, look at Tyler Shuck. They got him, the Saints. Yeah, they were like, nah, we like him. He's as good as any of these big name guys are. Let's go with Shuck, you know?
Yeah. So,
but my point is, Bain is that good, Scott.
Yeah, he's going to be 10 years from now, he's going to be in the league. We don't know that about Mendoza, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, offensive guys, even wide receivers, Scott, you don't really know. There's a lot of dudes that are stud wide receivers in college, and it doesn't translate to the NFL. Defensive, like a guy like Bain, there's not really a lot to debate. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, this is who he is. Like, I'm not saying he's the next Lawrence Taylor in the NFL, but he's the next Jared Verse. Like, he's the modern star or whatever. Like, he's a baller. I guess the best way of putting it is he can affect the football game. And not a lot of people can. You know what I mean, Scott? That's the best way of putting it. Like, he affects football games where it's like this dude's blowing up like very Aaron Donald-like, where Donald just sort of used to push 3 linemen into each other. And like, it's like, oh boy, like they're physical. But for the record, the odds right now for the number 1 pick, Mendoza -190, Dante Moore, who hasn't announced anything, is +250. Ruben Bain Jr. is 7-1. And Arvell Reese, who's in this football game on Ohio State, is 18-1.
Bain, I tell you what, Bain's not a bad little number, and that's the one position. Like quarterbacks, you see swing and misses all the time. Wide receivers, you mentioned, you see swing and misses all the time. Defensive backs, they can't handle the speed that every NFL wide receiver has. You see misses there. Offensive linemen, yes. Defensive linemen, you got bigger guys.
Yeah, for the most part, they're good. Like Myles Garrett was good in college, he's good here. T.J. Watt was good in college, he's good here, right? Like it sort of translates.
Yeah, it's the easiest one, I think, to kind of evaluate. Like, all right, we're not going to swing and miss.
Let's do the Giants with Abdul Carter. I mean, people thought Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Thibodeau, right? Like
I said, don't get for the Giants or Jets in there, except for the Giants and Jets.
Except for the Giants and Jets, yeah. Except.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways. Half court, full court, run and gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro Basketball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid, closing out fast hour number one with our college football. So first time on the move for Miami, second possession. They got it in the red zone, as a matter of fact. 3rd and 2 from the Ohio State 19-yard line.
This is big, Scott. They can't settle for field goals. We're talking about the keys to beating Ohio State, right? They got to score points, man. Like, you can't settle for threes. And we all know any team from the state of Florida has field goal issues too.
Yeah.
So it's never,
you don't want to bring that up with Terry.
like me and Scott are old enough to tell you stories. Like, it's never easy. Like,
those
now did they fumble?
Years.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh, you're kidding.
It was 3rd and 3. And I'm like, all right, you got to go for it. You got to go for it on 4th and 1. And I guess the guy fumbled.
See, again, they ran the ball, right? I mean,
or was that 4th down? Was it 4th down there? I thought it was 3rd down, and then let me see the play. Was this on 4th down stop?
I still got 3rd and 2 on my screen here.
Yeah, no, they had 3rd down up on the screen when they ran the play. Like, I thought it was 3rd down. It wasn't. Whatever. They get stopped. They do the old run the ball up the middle and they get stopped. So yeah, it was a 4th down. Wow, just like that.
So
they got blown up.
Wow. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. I got 3rd and 3 now. I'm way behind today. Wow. They ran the ball on 4th and short. They ran it on 3rd down. So again, it goes back to me talking about, you're paying a quarterback $4 million. I get it.
But they threw
3rd and 4th and short. I get that.
They threw the ball down the field to get down the field. Like, yeah, I don't know. I would have went with a screenplay. That's it. I talked about, all right, you want to man up with Ohio State, but that predictable, why do teams do this, Scott, in the modern era? This predictable run up the middle, it gets blown up all the time. Your running back is starting too far back. You know what I mean? Like, so by the time he gets the ball, the defenders have already blown the play up all the time.
Yes.
It doesn't
offensive line. Yeah, you're asking the offensive line to hold on to the block for an extra second because you're handing the ball 6 yards deep into the back. It doesn't
drop
make any
it back,
sense,
sweep it, pitch it to the edge, do a little quick screenplay. But exactly, like, it doesn't work, especially with Ohio State. Like, Ohio State are like, fine, you want to run this easy of a play? Like, it's not that easy to run on us. You don't want to run up the middle on us. Like, okay. You got to disguise it like a little bit, like the Ravens do. Like, they were talking about that the other night. He's like, the Ravens run the ball with Henry, but they don't just do it simply. He's like, it's actually kind of confusing what they do to you. They'll hand it off on a draw play. They'll pitch it left. They'll pitch it right. They'll stunt. They'll go up the middle. Like, Marshall Faulk talked about that to me once about LaShawn McCoy. He goes, LaShawn's a great running back, but he goes, he uses his best moves in the first quarter. It was interesting. They said that. He goes, you don't use your best moves in the first quarter, man. He goes, there's levels to this. And Marshall used to tell me, he goes, sometimes I'd get tackled deliberately to make them believe, to set them up. He goes, it'd be a couple of times I knew I could spin here and do this, but I wouldn't. And he goes, and then in the 3rd and 4th quarter, I'd start to do it on them. And he goes, once they think they got a beat on me and stuff, right? Like, you sort of set him like a boxer, Scott. He's setting up the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a chess master. right? And McCoy was basically like first play of the game, like trying to every move he had. Think about it like a musician, Scott. If you were a guitarist and you did like this crazy guitar solo and open up the show, so you got nowhere to go after.
Right.
It's like, wow,
Now
like,
what?
you just did. They did their hit and they did their best song, and it's like, what do we do for an hour now? Like the show, like you know what I mean? That's why, the one-hit wonders band, they got to save it for the encore because people are going to be like, wow, this is they already played their best stuff. Like, you got to build it up, Scott, a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was a weak play
like
call.
Yeah, like, listen, normal circumstances, 3rd and 3, you run the ball, okay. But I've seen this happen. That's why I brought it up before the game started. I've seen this happen over and over this year with this team. Key spot, they just don't. You said it. They just don't have any confidence in Carson Beck. I don't know why. Well, why would you bring him down? Why would you pay him the $3-4 million, whatever they're getting? You obviously buy these guys now, right? In every key situation in a close game, I've seen this play out with Miami.
I think they thought he was going to be better than he was. I think they thought he was going to be better, right? Look, last year they had Cam Ward. Imagine if this team had Cam Ward right now. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had Cam Ward. And they're going to be in the mix. Who will it be? What quarterback will they get out of the transfer portal? But they're going to get one of them. This is what Miami does now. But, yeah, look at Georgia, guys. Beck was supposed to be this big stud at Georgia. And they did not fight him leaving, Scott. They were like, all right, fine. Like, we're moving on without you anyways.
Yeah. All right, so Ohio State's got the football. We'll update the line when we come back.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways. Half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Hour number 2 of our 4-hour probably extravaganza. So we got Miami and Ohio State, Scott, and Gabe, hour number 2. So Miami has got the ball back. I will say this, that Miami defense came today, right? Ohio State's had a couple of drives here where they had big momentum swings in their favor, and that Miami defense has stepped up so far.
Let me put it this way. Does it look like one of these teams is a 10-point favorite? No. Like if this was a fight, like a boxing match, you'd be like, it's pretty evenly matched. Looks like they're totally evenly matched to me. Like, this guy's a big favorite. Like, I don't know. Like I said, like, I said it earlier too, Scott. Like, if you're Miami, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be pretty. Ohio State are not easy to beat. Like, Ryan Day has lost like 6 games in his life type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? The guy doesn't like,
Literally.
they don't lose a lot, right? So, yeah, literally. Like, he's lost to Michigan 4 times. And how many other games he lost, Scott? Another 5. I'm exaggerating a bit, but you know what I'm saying. Like, literally, what, 8 games? Like,
maybe 8, less than 10 games probably in his carear.
Like,
literally.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, you're going to fire him. I'm like, you're going to fire him. I remember his record. I was like, he's 106-5. Like, you want to fire the guy. I don't like him, but I'm like, you guys are insane. He's 106-5. Like, you know what I mean? Or whatever it was. It was one of those like, oh my God. Like, it was like, wow, that's a crazy record. Like, he really does it, guys. If you think about it, he's lost to Michigan 4 times. Lost in the playoffs a couple of times. You know, that's 1 game, though. You know what I mean? So,
Indiana this past
he lost to Indiana. They did lose to the Oregon. Okay, off the top of my head, what was 82-11?
82-11. That's pretty damn good, right?
What is it over like the last 5 years too? Because you had to stumble early, right?
Yeah, 13-1, 7-1 the COVID year, 11-2, 11-2, 11-2, 14-2, 12-1. You want to fire that guy because he's not
like if that was Nick Saban, you're building a statue for the guy.
Yeah, and
because
most of those are
he's
bowl
unlikable.
losses. Yeah, and most of those are a lot of those are meaningless bowl losses. So if you took the bowl losses
good
that
point.
they weren't really playing
they've lost in a couple of these dumb bowl games.
Lost 4 or 5 regular season games.
You're right.
Yeah,
exactly. They're real games. They don't lose.
Yeah,
Oregon Ducks beat them in Columbus a few years ago, maybe 4 years ago or something. Right. But like I said, it's super rare. It's super rare. Cristobal, what's Cristobal's record? If you can, I'll get it here.
Yeah. I'll get it. Cristobal coaching record.
Pretty successful, but and that's what I was gonna say. Like, he hasn't lost a ton, but we just can't get over that Georgia. All right, but what about the Florida International days, though? Let's sort of take those out, right? So what's like Oregon? What was he at Oregon?
Let's see.
Was it 9 wins type thing? 9?
Yeah, 4-3, 10-3. So that would be 35-13. Right.
Yeah, so that's not like Oregon. He wasn't terrible, right? But the bar was high there, right? So they were like, he's not the right guy. The bar's high here, right? And he wanted to be the coach of Miami, anyways. Oh, and Miami are sort of grinding away here. I think, Scott, that Cristobal has a lot of really positive attributes. You can't argue his success.
Yeah,
I think he's a bad in-game. He's a bad in-game coach. It's just one of those, like, you know what I mean? He does dumb things. I can't deny it. He does. He has. He's not the only one, though, right? He's not the only one. It's just that Georgia Tech damn game, Scott, is just one of those things that is so egregious that it'll never be forgotten.
And he never owned up to it, Gabe. He didn't.
No, he blamed the running back, which was weak.
Yeah,
he said, I didn't think he would fumble. What do you mean you didn't think he would fumble? For people who don't know, guys, all he had to do was take a knee against Georgia Tech, literally. It was like, all right, victory formation. He handed the ball off. The ball got punched loose. They lost on a field goal after. And instead of, like Scott said, instead of just manning up and going, I don't know what the hell we were thinking. We weren't thinking. It was a massive mistake. I don't know. It was my fault. I'm the coach. That never should have happened. He basically said, I think it was Walton. He basically said, I didn't think Walton would fumble the ball. The hell? What do you mean fumble the ball? You didn't have like
threw the kid.
Wait, you gotta stand up for your team, man. Like, yeah.
I mean, and then the Georgia Tech had to go down and get it to field goal range. It wasn't even like
you're right. Yeah, they got it. You're right. It was like the 45-yard line, 50 at the time. Ollie, you're right.
And that was one of his reasons why, like, he wanted to. I don't think he'd ever admit it, but he wanted to score again. For whatever reason, he wanted to score again. They had it like at the Georgia Tech 30-yard line or something like that. And so they saw him go all the way down the field. Yep, go ahead.
It's almost like, I just want to say, it's almost like a hockey game, like a hockey series, like 7-game series. You know there's going to be fights. You know they're going to hate each other. Right. But it just sort of takes that, like, all right, what happens first? And it's finally happened here. Kid on Miami really tried to sell this. I don't know how it's not a penalty, actually. Buddy on Ohio State, like, threw this dude down. But a guy on Miami, Scott, like, he was like, I don't know, he must take drama in university or something. Because He went down, man, like he got shot and he rolled over and stuff. And he kind of looked up at the ref, and the ref was like, "Get up, man!" Like, no. Like, so he got up and shoved the dude on Ohio State after. Like, he realized, I'm not getting the call on this. So it took that. There's 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and it's getting chippy. And what I like, Scott, about this, Ryan Day looks stressed already. He's used to being up 21-0, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah. He tightens up. He tightens up, this guy. He's not used to close games.
Yeah. I remember the UNLV college basketball days, right, when they were beating everybody by 30. That's when the first time I kind of remember people.
Schedule. Yeah. They made Gonzaga's schedule look tough, Yeah,
right. That was the first time I remember people coming up with the old, okay, but they haven't played any close games. It's kind of that's the thing. I kind of equate that to, problem is UNLV didn't. They ended up blowing everybody out, but they were that good. But that's the Ohio State game. The Fab Five.
They blew everyone else out until they got to the Final Four and was like, oh God, we can't blow Duke out. We're getting blown out, right? Yeah. It happens. So, and I think playing tough games helps, Scott. It really does.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah,
if you're used to playing under pressure all the time, as opposed to once or twice a year, you have a tough game only. Like, it's good to be battle tested.
Yeah. So the over/under, I will tell you, is down to 33.5. They're on the move. They got the ball at the Ohio State 39-yard line.
What happens on this drive? Because we did this before. Yeah. They got to this territory before, guys, Miami.
And fumbled.
And no, they got stopped on fourth and goal. Fourth down, I guess.
No, and they fumbled, too, earlier.
So they did fumble on the one. They did.
It was a fumble. Yeah, it was on third down.
It was a fumble after. I thought it was. Okay,
Yeah, it was a fumble.
Yeah, so they've already screwed this up. So you know what, though? They are moving the ball. It's not pretty, Scott, but they are moving the ball, time of possession. Miami's in control.
Yeah.
They're throwing it with Beck, and he's doing, here's another pass from him. I like that play call. Beck is not an idiot, guys. The kid can throw the football. There's a reason why they're paying him, but I swear to God, he's like Sam Darnold. He's got a mental block type thing that they got to unleash. And like you said, like I said, Scott, you got to live and die on your sword, bro. You got to tell him, Carsey, man, you were a star for a reason. You're the number one recruit for a reason. Let it rip, bro. Just have some fun. Yeah. Beck doesn't have fun on the field. I guess it's the best way. You know what I mean? A lot of guys are they have fun. Beck always looks stressed. He's panicked. He's worried about screwing up.
Yeah. He always looks so relieved. I can't tell you how many times
I've when they win. He doesn't look happy.
He's like, oh my God.
Thank God. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. I know.
Always
he's like, Twitter and Instagram won't rip me how ugly and goofy I look. Yeah. He's a target. But he brings it upon himself a little bit. Yeah, because he looks like he's got that goofy kid look to him.
The Billy Joel eyes look. Yeah, a little weird.
Yeah, the thing is, though, he dates the Cavender twin girls. He drives a Lamborghini, Scott. So you can't say, oh, don't pick on me. I drive a Lamborghini. It's bro, you're a college quarterback. What are you driving a Lamborghini for? You know what I mean? We get it. You're rich. But it goes to show his mindset type thing, right? He's he's like a kid. And also, just quickly, he was dating one of the hot girls that played for the Miami Hurricane basketball team. He went to Miami because of her. She dumped him. And then did a video about how boring and what a loser he is in real life. The kid's had a tough little run.
Silver spoon, but not knowing what to do with it. How about that? More coming up.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways. Half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? No, but so the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is in-game live game day on the grid. Scott and Gabe as we check out a little college football. In addition, we got some NBA, some NHL, some college basketball as well. As the coach is back for Georgetown, by the way, after being suspended for a game, so we'll check in on that. I took a little flyer on St. John's.
Your Nugget system's working. They're winning by 10 early right now.
I'm telling you, man. I've seen it play out 1,000 times. It makes no sense. You break these games down, X's and O's, and the whole world's not playing, and this and that. And
I think the Raptors are good to take now, though, Scott. At minus, we talk about it. The Raptors are good win-wise. They're not good ATS-wise. The Raptors are good underdogs. They never cover as favorites. Like they'll win again. They'll win by 4 if they're favored by 9. Like if they're favored by 6, they'll win by 2. Like they don't cover, but they always grind back. They've developed a little bit of a cocky attitude and habit over the last couple of days, Scott, because they came back by 21 against Orlando the other night. They were down by like 12 with 3 minutes left against Golden State the other day, and they beat them in overtime. They're getting used to comebacks, which you know what I mean. I'm not a fan of, but Denver are now up 12, actually, 42-30. In-game total, 227.5, 8.5 left. A lot of basketball left, and the game is a pick'em now. So the odds makers aren't ready to concede it yet. The game's a pick'em, even though Denver's got a 12-point lead.
Yeah. That's pretty big. They were only a 6.5-point favorite. It's not like they were like a 10.5, 12.5-point favorite. For them to be down 12 and still favored, it's kind of, I would have thought it would have flipped eventually to Denver being the favorite there. But I
want to jump in on the Raptors, Scott, but I'm waiting. I'm like, well, I want more. I'm worried that Denver goes on a little bit of a run here, right? And they're up 47-30. I'm like, I should be getting – honestly, like right now, Scott, I don't know how you feel. I want 5.5 points down 12.
Yeah.
We're 6.5-point favorites. I want 4.5 plus 4.5, 5.5, and I'm biting. I'm not biting at plus 1.5.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you weren't a double-digit favorite. So little hesitant on flipping to Denver. Knicks are up big.
We got a touchdown.
Touchdown,
we got
Miami.
Our first touchdown. The U.
Wow, the U.
And
how about that?
And cash it, baby. Put a touchdown on the board. We gave it to you. Yeah, Mark Fletcher. Touchdown, Mark Fletcher.
Nice.
Cash it. But yeah, and so what about the total? So 37.5 now. Yeah. Just sort of waiting to see. So here we go, the Miami Hurricanes feeling good. And here's our first over-under. How many lines of cocaine has Michael Irvin done before this game?
Before the game. Or will he do right now?
Every time he goes to the bathroom, you know what he's doing. I'll be back in a minute. It's like, okay, Mike.
Can you find that bet on Poly Market and Kalshi? I bet you probably could.
You're right. They have everything. They really should. Like, will Michael Irvin have white substance on his nose on TV at some point tonight? Like, he gets fired the F up, this guy. And he parties like he's on the sideline, like with a drink and stuff. He's like, all right. He's like, he's on the sideline now. He doesn't look buzzed or anything now. He's all decked out in his Miami gear. He's more serious, but he got pretty lit up at the Texas A&M game. He started stepping on a Texas A&M jersey. Oh, did you see that after, guys? Yeah.
No.
He took like a baseball or a club to like a Texas A&M jersey in the stadium after the game. And then he threw the A&M jersey in a garbage can. And all these A&M fans were like freaking livid. They were like, I'm a Cowboy fan, but F you. And like, they were really mad. He's in Texas, right? He's a hero there. But this guy, man, this guy would die for the Miami Hurricanes. You can't find a guy that loves his school as much as Michael Irvin loves the Miami Hurricanes, man.
Yeah.
He's almost like a stalker.
I will say,
like the guy's on the sideline in the end zone. And like, he's always there.
Yeah. McConaughey and for Texas is always there on the sidelines, win, lose, or draw. And
he wasn't there today.
As well.
And I gotta tell you, I'm sick and tired of seeing Cooper Manning. Nobody cares. You're not a quarterback. No one cares. His geeky ass father in a stupid glass commercial. Every time there was a first down, they showed Cooper Manning in the stands. Like, stop doing this. Like, just stop. Like, why don't you show Bryce Underwood's mother? Like, oh no, you don't even know what she looks like, do you? No one cares, right? Like, it's one of those type of deals. Like, I swear, this all started. I'm sure I don't know if you remember this. It goes back.
Busburger?
Coach Krzyzewski's wife. They never showed people's wives on TV before in games or girlfriends. Never. Krzyzewski's wife, for whatever reason, in these tight NCAA games. Oh, there's his wife, Linda, or whatever her name was, right? And like she's like looking nervous there. And then it was Kurt Warner's wife. It's sort of like it started with this sort of it was like, and then she got sick. So great story on Kurt Warner's wife, and then it's Stafford's wife and like their kids, and like look at the other days. Scott, you're running a freaking daycare center. Matt Stafford's on the field with his 4 daughters, and his wife's on the field before the game. Remember before the game, I said, I'm on the Rams, but I don't really like the way they're all laughing it up. McVay's doing interviews. Stafford's like playing daycare, and then Stafford sucked. Like, dude, keep your family out of this stuff. I don't want to sound old school, but I am, so I will. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, there's a reason Major League Baseball doesn't play around with that. Major League Baseball clubhouses, no kids allowed. No girlfriends, no wives, no kids. Like, simple as that. And you're not allowed in past these doors because they don't want a daycare center. They don't want distractions. They don't want wives and girlfriends there. They just want people focused on their job. The Rams weren't focused on their job. They got their ass handed to them by the Falcons.
Yeah. There's a line in the sand as how far, at least it's been a while since I've covered a baseball game, but there's like a line where you can't cross here. Family, kids, nope. Even media members were able to cross the line, but the family
media, it said media and players only on the clubhouse door. Yeah, exactly.
It was like, sorry, Mrs. Manning, but see you later.
They'd all be waiting right outside. You have all the families waiting right outside in the tunnel and stuff, but they're not allowed in the clubhouse. I was around the Expos for years, and it kind of upset people because he was the star player and he got away with it, but there was one kid that was allowed in the room all the time. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Yeah. He literally grew up like he sat at the locker stall. He took batting practice. I'm sure you've seen the pictures of him in Expo uniforms. And like as a little, he literally grew up. Like, I don't even think he went to school, Scott. I'm dead serious. Like, I remember kidding with someone about that. And they were like, don't worry about that. Because I said, this kid didn't even go to school. He's here every day. Right? And little Vlad, the little fat kid running around stuffing his face in the clubhouse. And people kind of used to roll their eyes. Yeah, Vlad kid, you know?
Ohio State with the ball. We'll update the lines when we come back.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways. Half court, full court, run and gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. If you're joining us for one of the first times, Gabe and I have this bad habit of don't ever go anywhere in a commercial. Always come back because there's always scoring on Monday and Thursday nights with the NFL. And,
We should always bet, will there be a touchdown before we go to a break? Like next play or something, we'd be rich.
Yeah.
We'd be rich.
Yeah.
Like, will there
really
be a touchdown? Yes, there will be a touchdown in the next 2 minutes. Yes.
And there was here, but it was not Ohio
Pick
State,
six.
even though they were driving.
Wow.
Pick six.
They hit a 59-yard
Unbelievable.
pass down the field. Looks like, oh, boy, wow, we got a game. And boom, they throw a little side out pattern. And I'll tell you what, man, Ohio State are learning, don't mess with Miami's speed. Like, that's not a good idea, what you just did. I got to tell you, I'm in the minority here. I always fight back whenever I hear people criticize the ACC. I'm like, all right, Duke just beat Arizona State today. Virginia beat Missouri. Miami beat Texas A&M. Miami beat Notre Dame. What am I missing about how bad the ACC is? You know what I mean? Seems like they beat all these teams when they played them. So, like, I didn't look at it like that. Like, I respect Miami and that Georgia Tech are good. It's a good conference. Like, you know what I mean? It's just there's new teams that are good, but wow is right, Scott. He gets picked off.
That was a bad pass. He was trying to throw it. There were three wide receivers to the left, and he was throwing it to one of them at the. He just sat on it.
He
right
saw
there.
it. Was just timed it perfectly.
Yeah.
But the way he scored, Scott, with the speed after, it was almost like a slam dunk, like explanation point. It's one thing to get scored. Miami have a swagger now. Like even Cristobal swearing. He's telling him, let's effing go, let's effing go. Like he's all like, he was fired up on the side. He was like a player, like pushing people and he was pushing guys around. Like he was all fired up.
The weird eyes, like those weird, like his eyes were like so.
Oh, he's an intense dude.
He's
a big guy in real life too. Like you wouldn't criticize as much as you do if you were standing in front of him. He's a big dude.
So, wow.
He's an offensive lineman. But wow is right. Miami, 5.5-point favorites.
6.5 on FanDuel. FanDuel's got it at 6.5.
Wow, you want Ohio State? What's the money line? I got 160 here. Bet 365.
154.
Wow, you can get Ohio State and buy back. Is it worth it? Like, are they really going to roll over and get blown out?
You wouldn't think so, right? I mean,
what about the over is only 43.5 now, and we're already at 14, and Ohio State aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
I say
now it looks like the over.
I'm jumping in on the over, Scott. I'm already in on the over, but I'm jumping in.
Yeah, I had the under, but I didn't think Miami would be scoring 14 points. So I think I'm ready to bail on that because I still think Ohio State's going to come back. So
Miami have shown an ability they can move the ball in Ohio State. And Carson Beck is getting looser and more comfortable as the game goes on. Miami are going to loosen up now that they got a little bit of a lead. Yeah, I don't think they'll tighten up right away. And Ohio State aren't getting shut out. Now it gets real for Ohio State. But now the pressure's on Julian Sayin for real, isn't it, Scott?
Yeah. Let's see what they do now.
24-3 against Northwestern. Like, now it's a lot harder. Like,
listen,
Miami's got that swagger going now.
They've run for, well, they throw out the Sayin sacks, right? So they've run for 9 yards on 3 carries.
Yeah.
Now, what is Ohio State? Not that they're naturally, they run and
That's
pass,
crazy,
right?
But they're getting bullied. That's what it tells us. They're getting bullied in the trenches.
Yeah. I mean, do they come out and just completely throw, or do they say,
but I said that they would this. If you remember, I said, I expect Ohio State, they're going to throw the ball a lot. They got to protect Sayin like they just did, and he completed a pass over the middle of the field pretty easily here. I don't have passing yard props in game. Very frustrating.
You know what they offered here in New York was total yards.
But you said they don't have normally they don't have player props in New York though for college.
No, for college they don't. Yeah, no baskets, football, nothing. You can do a couple team things, like I said, total team yards. They got
Ohio
like
State are on the move here, guys. Again, the total's 44.5 now. I would say jump in. It just fell to 43.5. Look, we're at 14 now. You figure we're going to get to at least 24. I figure by the end of the half here.
Right.
Maybe 28, but I think they'll Ohio State probably scores at least a field goal touchdown. Miami can squeeze something out here. I'm gonna call we're at 24 at the half. Just fell to 42.5, but I think it gets there.
And just out of curiosity, I'm going to make a note of it. Georgia and Ole Miss's odds to win the national championship. Georgia is plus 440, and Ole Miss is 20-1. If Miami wins, let's make note of that and see how those numbers change.
Play the winner. Yeah.
Because they play the winner. So I think those numbers would drop, to tell you the truth. So, all right, In-Game Live continues here in the grid.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways. Half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over that. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe, regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid on this Wednesday, New Year's Eve. Hopefully you spend a couple of seconds with us, making a few bucks so you can go spend it on all your New Year's Day festivities for tomorrow. So if you have money line on Miami,
spending it with Ryan Seacrest or the other options on TV.
Exactly.
Anderson Cooper. You want to say Anderson Cooper in Times Square? Come on.
Yeah, come on. When you and Gabe and I, why would you want to do that, right? So
I would like to have some drinks here later in the show and celebrate Happy New Year's. But nice. I'm on at 9 a.m. I'm on at 9 a.m. for the Texas Tech
morning. Oh, that's
West Coast. It's noon
Eastern time. Yeah, let's hope we're not on until midnight Eastern time. Yeah, no offense, but yeah.
I expect the worst. Like it's like a weather report. Yeah, I expect to be here till 1 a.m.
Yeah. So Ohio State, they get a first down, I think, but they punted the ball. Bottom line, they got to midfield and the drive stopped. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, that Miami defensive line is owning the Ohio State offensive line. It really is. They had 7 sacks last week. They have at least 2 this week. I'll double check the numbers here, but they're getting around. They're not able to run the ball. They run the ball, take out the sacks. To be fair, they run the ball 4 times for 21 yards. They passed it for 94, but he's not having a whole heck of a lot of time to throw the football. Even
both up trenches here. Both trenches are being won by Miami. There's a pretty clean pocket for Carson Beck. He hasn't been under a lot of pressure. They're running the ball a little bit. What are their total yards here? Like Miami had moved the ball a bit. It hasn't been pretty, but there's like I said, it's not going to be easy against Ohio State. But you're right, Scott, and you can see too, like every time, like Ohio State moved the ball, they have a couple of big plays, and then boom, Reuben Bain will blow it up. And next thing they know, they're in a second and long, or there's a third and long. They get a penalty, so they've really stalled. And as I stated, you see the frustration with Ryan Day, and almost like the surprise, like they don't have, and it's another thing too with these guys, Scott, they don't really have an adjustment now. Like when you're this good, it's not like, all right, now we're going to do this. It's like, no, this is what we do, but it's not working. So it's also when you're a really good team and what you're doing isn't working, you can start to freak out a little bit, man. Like imagine if you were a fighter, guys, like in an MMA, and you knock everybody out, and then suddenly you punch some dude 5 times that's knocked everybody else out, and he's beating you up. It mentally breaks you, right? Like you start to think, oh boy, we're not used to this. Like we talk about not being used to close games. This is a big drive here. We'll see if Ohio State, they got Miami on the 10-yard line, Scott. Can they get the ball back quickly, or can Miami eat up some clock here and get out of this bad field position?
Yeah. Listen, you put this into perspective, Gabe. This is by far the most they've trailed in a football game this year, 14 points. And I don't even know if they really even trailed. Like the Michigan game, they trailed, right? Obviously, Indiana, they trailed, but not like this. I don't
Michigan,
think
Michigan scored first. It was like 7-9. Yeah. Even it was like 10-7, 13-10. They kind of went back and forth early for a while. They pulled away in the second half against Michigan. The Indiana game was a close 13-10 game. You're right. They've never been down by 14 this year. Scott, they haven't given up more than 20 points this year, let alone be down by 14. They've never given up more than 20 points in a game, guys.
Yeah. They gave up less than 100 points heading into their final
game. They lost 13-10.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how good their defense was.
So you imagine if Miami scores 21 on them in the first half. Like that'll freak Ohio State out a little bit, right?
Yeah. In fact, Gabe, they've only given up 14 points or more 2 other games. 14 in a blowout win against Penn State and 16 in a blowout win against Illinois. So the 14 tonight in a quarter and a half is tied for the second most points they've given up in a game all season long. That's how foreign this is. And that's how good.
And we're midway through the second quarter only.
Yeah. So you talk about shell-shocked and being in new situations. This is it for Ohio State. And listen, I like the saying, kid.
How about this,
I really
Scott?
do.
I'm seeing the number here.
Really good. Yeah.
Ohio State -8 rush yards.
Yeah, that's
Miami have 65 rush yards.
Yeah.
Just saying, they're getting dominated in the trenches. They're just point blank. Now we've got a third down coming up. This is big. Miami have done a nice job getting it out to the 30. They trust Beck to throw it, and Beck steps up with his legs and scrambles. Picks up 4 yards. Wow. They need 3.
How about that?
Yeah, Beck's making plays for them. That's a big play. First down. I'm not liking this
So
for someone to bet the over in game here, though. They're bleeding the clock here, Scott, on purpose. Like they're trying to eat the half up now.
You need a 3 and out there is what you really needed. But now it's going to be up to Sam. I was going to say, he's been good all year and everything, but now this is the first time, because the defense has been you've been leading the whole way, the whole year.
Yeah, you can't run the ball. You could be down 17-0 or something like that. You're going to have to throw the ball. Yeah. You're going to have to make some plays. And you got to live up to the hype. You're right. We can't have it both ways. Everybody always says Jeremiah Smith's the greatest college player, blah, blah, in the history of wide receivers. And they said the same thing about Marvin Harrison Jr. Carnell Tate's a stud too, but they do have studs to throw the football to. So you are right. It's not just saying, though, man, the Ohio State offensive line are going to have to figure out how to protect the kid. If you protect him, he'll make the throws. But if you get in his face, he's not used to being under pressure. He's never under pressure, so he's not used to it. So that's a big thing. You can see the Ohio State offensive line too, Scott, before snaps. Like they almost look like it's a very Texas A&M like. Like Miami are freaking them out. Like you see they're pointing, no, go there. There's a lot of confusion and you can just sort of feel the offensive linemen's angst of the Miami players hovering over them. Miami are in their head a little bit here. They're a physical football team. Now they're reviewing. I think his knee might be a little bit short.
How about this? I always fast forward, right? Someone's watching us because the Georgia line is now plus 430. It was plus 440 a moment ago. As this game progresses,
the more Ohio State loses, the more the odds will drop for all the other favorites for sure, like right away.
Right. Even on the Kalshi and Poly market, I'm sure those lines are flipping as well as we get a little bit closer.
I'll check in with that.
And by the way, just to have some fun, you would have Carson Beck going up against who? Georgia, if it does play out.
Writes itself.
Yeah,
writes itself. That's Carson Beck versus Georgia, and then ultimately I've got Oregon versus Georgia, Dan Lanning versus Georgia.
Yeah, there you go. Now you get all the stories about how they threw me out and this and that. So, I wonder what does Polymarket? Does Kalshi Polymarket have these?
I'm looking.
This is to win the national championship. So, Ole Miss is still 20-1.
Oh God, how about this, Scott? I'm looking at Kalshi right now.
Right.
Will the announcer say the word Hollywood tomorrow once during the Rose Bowl? I say yes.
I say yes, right? Why wouldn't they? Right? It's got to be. You're in Hollywood. You're in, right next door.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh,
will the announcer say no? Will the announcer say during the Alabama to Indiana college football game? That's the word. That was the intro. Yeah. That's the word. You got to
figure yes, right? Either at halftime, when they show the picturesque, view of where they are and everything, downtown Hollywood. Oh, yeah. There's got to be a yes in there, right? What are the odds on that?
How about this?
50-50?
Well, 100 is plus 101. $100 gets you back $201. That they'll say the word Hollywood.
Man. Is one of the players named Hollywood?
Dude, they're going to show the Hollywood sign, and then they're going to say, there's the famous Hollywood sign. That's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to happen.
That's
what show the Hollywood sign, and they're going to say, there's the storied Hollywood sign, and there it is.
Yeah.
You win your bet. How do you remember, Scott? We talked about the Epstein stuff. I was not football. I said they're going to do it on Christmas Eve. They did. I was right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we killed this stuff. Like, we knew there was the ultimate Barry, eh?
Yeah.
Act like you're not hiding something with like telling us you're not hiding something, Scott. Announcing something on New Year's Christmas Eve. Oh,
next
by the way,
coming on the Saturday before the Super Bowl.
Exactly. That's the next file. Halftime of the Super Bowl. Halftime of the Super Bowl. We got some other fun ones though. Will they say the word Heisman during the Sugar Bowl?
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. What do we got? About 5.5 minutes left to go. First half.
They got him in a
State
3rd and 9.
Ball back already.
Yeah, but suddenly, they got him in a 3rd and 9 on their own 10-yard line. Like Miami could pin them back and have good field position here. And dude, they terrorized Sayin, and Sayin looked scared and threw it away. This is getting real for Ohio State now. Like as far as them not winning this game, like I'm wondering about the over because I'm not sure they could score. This is like our circumstance the other night when we said the 21-0 with the Falcons score. We would have told you, it's 14-0 at the half. Like if you just walked in, you were in a snowstorm, your car radio didn't work, you didn't know what the damn score was, Scott. You walked into the house. What's the score at the half? 14-0. You'd be like, damn, I knew Miami were going to get shut out. Like, you know what I mean?
I knew last week
Ohio
was too
State
good.
are screwed. They cannot do anything on offense. It's getting real now. And I'll see if this kid can return this. It was a nice punt. He punted from the end zone all the way to their 40-yard line. But Miami had the football on the 47-yard line in midfield right now. This is like, don't get conservative, Cristobal. We talked about it, about Cristobal getting conservative too quickly. Go for the dagger here. I would really try to score a touchdown and be up 21-0. I'd be throwing the ball here.
Me too.
Ohio State can't move the ball.
Too.
Exactly. So you got to score again. And I wouldn't be scared of Ohio State's offense right now. I'd want to bury these son of a bitches if I was them. I'd be like, we're getting up 21-0. We're not just – if you play it safe, Cristobal, you're going to lose the game because Sayin and Ohio State are going to break through at some point.
They're going to make a run, somewhere it's like a college basketball. They're going to make a run somewhere. So someone's going to make a big play. The fans and the team is going to get into it. And again, it goes back to this is why you paid $4 million for your quarterback. Don't hand the ball off 3 times here. Let him throw the ball and go up 21-0. So,
well, they listened to me, Scott. He just threw a freaking bullet over the middle of the field. I think they're growing confidence with him now. You can see Beck's got more, a little walk and a swagger. A lot like a
less
pitcher,
pressure.
too, Scott. A lot like I was going to say that, bro. A lot like a baseball pitcher. Right? They always say that. Now he can use his other pitches. They're winning 4-0. You can dig into your tool bag a little bit more. I'll try this pitch now. Like, mix it up. Like, you got a little confidence going. But we moved the number, Wetzel, on this. I swear to God.
What do we got?
This thing's really bouncing around right now. It's all over the place. We talked about this, will they say Hollywood, during the Rose Bowl tomorrow.
Right.
And the market's like, so now, let's see. So now $100. All right, now you get 228. It's bouncing all over the place here. 44% chance, 228, $100. It's actually plus 128 right now. They're going to show the Hollywood sign, guys. Every one of these that me and Scott have talked about is one. We told you he was going to show up at the Army-Navy game. He did. I told you the Epstein files would be released before the end of the year. They were. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. So, they kind of were. Like the bet won. I told you about the. I said gold would be over $4,000, whatever it is. It's like $4,400, say whatever. Like everything we said, they're gonna say Hollywood. They're gonna say Hollywood. They're gonna show the Hollywood sign. What about the Heisman, Scott? I was thinking there's no reason to talk about the Heisman with Ole Miss and Georgia. There were no players that were in the mix, but do they say, yeah, Trinidad and Gunnar Stockton wasn't in the Heisman mix, but I'll tell you, he had a great year this year.
Yeah.
Will the word Heisman be brought up during a game? Yeah, good call with that one. Trinidad Chambliss goes to LSU and becomes a Heisman frontrunner.
Yeah.
That could be said. I would bet yes, just because it's a college football game. And you figure, all right, the word Heisman could come up at some point.
Who does, here's a question. Who does their halftime show? Is it any Heisman, former Heisman Trophy winner, where they would say, let's go to Trophy winner Archie Griffin?
Let me see who the that's a good call too. Let me see. Awful announcing often has like the announcing team. Teams just to sort of get a feel for that too. Yeah. I wanted to bring it up actually with the coach. Just I'm sure you noticed this too. Are they never ever gonna give Andre Ware a real game, huh?
No.
Andre Ware's been on TV forever. He always gets the bad games, bad bowl games. Like
And he's pretty
good. He's a Heisman Trophy winner. That's why I bring it up. He's respected. He's a Heisman, and he's smart. Yeah, he's not like he's bad. Like, he's good at what he does.
Watching the other day, he did a game that I thought was pretty good.
It was a pretty high-profile game, actually, he did. I forget which one it was. Yeah. It was a higher-profile one. But but I was just sort of thinking. I was like, I don't know. I heard that he likes it. I asked someone this before, like in the business at ESPN. I said, why does Andre Ware like always get like sort of bad games all the time when he's kind of a legend? And they said he likes it. They said basically he doesn't like leaving Texas much. He's not gung-ho. You know what I mean? Like Herb Street will get on a plane right now with his dog, bro. And I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there in 6 hours, guys. Like Ware's more of does it for fun, likes doing the games that he does. Doesn't want the high profile, like high pressure stuff of showing up on Wednesday for the meetings and all that. Like he likes to show up on game day. You know what I mean? Like,
all right. I guess if that's what
Wow, another first down for Miami.
Wow.
Yeah, even the big. It's not just that easy, guys. Like Tom Brady's not just showing up on Sunday afternoon, guys. Like they get to the town on Wednesday night type thing. Ask Mark Sanchez about getting to the town too early in Indianapolis this year.
Well, that story.
What a crazy story. Huh?
Yeah. I know
he's got to go to court soon. He's going to court soon. Like it's coming up. He got a delay actually with the court. Sorry. He was supposed to go to court like 2 weeks ago or last week. But he got so injured. He got stabbed, right? So in the process. Yeah.
They arrested him in the
He
hospital.
got stabbed, but he's the one though that like the guy that stabbed him's not getting charged. Yeah, Mark Sanchez attacked an old man in an alley.
There has got to be like I don't know if the dude was on. I don't know why. I don't want to say on drugs, right? But
he was drunk only. He was drunk. Yeah, he wasn't on. He was drunk. He was drunk.
Still, I mean, that crazy. He wants to run
because the guy is suing the bar. The guy is suing the bar next door that Sanchez was drinking at too. Of course, right? He's got this lawsuit out now, right? Like, It's like you overserved Sanchez. He attacked me. There was a bar next to the hotel. Sanchez staying in a hotel. Sanchez gets all wasted in a bar. And for whatever reason, goes in the alley and starts doing wind sprints. Starts running up and down and working out against the wall and stuff. And some guy's just doing his job, like picking up the linen at the hotel in the back alley. And Sanchez told him to move the truck and attack him. And the guy stabbed Sanchez.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. they can beat you in multiple ways. Half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? No, but so the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live. Game day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe closing out hour number 2. Who do we got? George Kurtz coming up in about 5 minutes, top of the hour. Do a little NFL with him, a little NHL. In fact, I do want to throw one game out there as part of our late night pickoff here. Starts at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Although we could bring it up with George. But I do like Colorado. I'm going to lay the puck and a half with the Colorado Avs. 22-3 their last 25 games. You got to go with them. So keep playing them.
I'm glad you reminded me. I was just looking now, make sure I didn't put it in already. I don't think I did. I have today I have a bonus bet today in the NHL. $125 bet that I bet $125, and if I lose, I get refunded. But it's got to be for an NHL game. So I was looking at the card, and I thought the same thing. I was like, let's not overthink this. I should have been betting Colorado more. I mean, hell, they've lost twice in regulation all year. It's pretty wild.
Crazy.
So I'm not going to fight it. And plus, the St. Louis Blues aren't good anyways. Even though, if you notice, the Blues have actually beaten them 3 straight times.
Have they? I know they're what I write down. It was a decent little number.
Which
I didn't write it down.
Which could motivate Colorado at least. Like it'll come up. Oh, by the way, we've lost to these guys 3 times in a row. I'm looking at regulation here. Let's see, puck line money.
210 regulation, still kind of pricey.
Oh boy, yeah. So I'll lay the 125 on the puck line.
Yeah.
Let's go here. Let's see, minus 135 now for me.
Oof. That's the
and today the Olympic rosters. This was you want to talk about angles, guys? We should look at the games coming up here. Almost everyone, Scott, that was announced today that made the team have scored goals. Celebrini made the team. He scored right away today. Like, I'm telling you. Like, they're in a good mood. Right? It was a big day today in the NHL. And there'll be hell to pay for guys that didn't, actually. I look for them to step up. Unless it breaks their will. Like, Mark Scheifele got left off the team again. People thought he was going to make it. Connor Bedard did not make Team Canada. It's amazing. The year that the kid had, and they even said they were cold about it. They even said, nah, it's not the injury. He wouldn't have made the team anyways.
Wow. They don't like him? Is he a little cocky?
Not ready defensively. Not ready defensively.
Right.
He's good offensively. He's only 20 years old, too, right? So he's he's still a kid. He's not ready defensively. At Celebrini's more well-rounded than he is. So Macklin Celebrini made Team Canada. But I would imagine Bedard's going to have a big chip on his shoulder in the second half of the season when he comes back from his injury.
Yeah. You see what USA is announcing on Friday. Do you see that?
Yes.
So
Yeah, on the Today Show Friday morning, but it's already being leaked,
Yeah.
so it's kind of weak. It's
Yeah.
kind of it's being leaked right now.
Right. So I know they announced they leaked out Keller, Tage Thompson, and
Tage
Jones.
Thompson, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Seth
Jones.
So no, I don't think there'll be any surprises. But I'm more curious to see who doesn't make it. That's really the thing. But
Cole Caulfield is a big time scorer who won't make it on the U.S. team. They think he's too small. He doesn't play defense as well. Miami punt and pinned him on the 1 yard line. So Ohio State are like, wow. But I tell you what, the way there's a minute and a half left, and the way that the way Ohio State's defense is playing, or excuse me, the way Miami's defensive line is playing, safety could be in play here. Like if I'm Miami, like, dude, you got 2 timeouts. There's 1:36 left. You got them on their goal line. Like you could push them back. You could force a punt again and get really good field position, try to squeeze a field goal out of it. To me, Scott, Miami are playing with fire if they only have a 14-0 lead only. They really should have piled on a little bit more, man.
Yeah, they had 3rd and 20 from the 40-yard line of Ohio State, and they threw a bomb.
Yeah, why not just throw a 15-yard pass and
kick the field goal, right? And now you're up 17-0. I mean, I get it. The chance of completing a bomb are so rare. It happens, obviously, but, just throw a little dump pass, get that 5, 7, 8 yards, and then make it a 50-yard field goal try. You up 17-0.
I agree with you. I don't like some of the play calling from Miami today. You're right. I agree with that. I do like this. If we're going to criticize Cristobal, we got to give him credit as well. He's calling timeouts. He's not giving. I hate that when coaches on defense just let the clock tick. It's like, no, man, we've got them up against the wall here. So he just called a timeout, 2nd and 6 right now. And now Ohio State not really even thinking about scoring. They're worried about getting a first down and not giving the ball back right now.
Yeah, because you got to figure they'd get the ball right around midfield if they go 3 and out here. So
if I was Ohio State, Scott, I'd go deep now. Miami wouldn't expect it. I'd be ballsy and just throw it like over the middle of the field, right down the middle of Jeremiah Smith, right to the 50-yard line.
Just don't get sacked for a safety.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways: half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? No, but so the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid. Hour number 3 of our who knows 4.5 hour, 5 hour extravaganza with everything you said and done. Scott and Gabe watch a little college football. We got some hockey. We got some NFL preview, some college basketball, some NBA. A lot to get to. So let's bring in our good buddy George Kurtz, SportsGrid host. You see it here all the time. Talk a little NFL, little pucks with George as we continue to monitor the football game, which is in the closing minute first half. Ohio State is on the move, so it's been big. If they could score here, get the ball to start the second half, it may change things around. 14-0 Buckeyes.
Big time here.
George, yeah, right.
Got a third and 3. Yeah, like I don't know about a touchdown here. They're going to try to squeeze a field goal out of this if they can. Let's see on the 3rd and 3 here.
At least they got the ball out of their own end zone too.
Did he catch this? He did. Nice play by Sayin, and they actually pick up the first down. Sayin's learning to sort of deal with the pressure that he's under. 25 seconds left. They still have a timeout. And don't forget, they stopped the clock with a first down in the final 2 minutes now in college.
Yes.
They used to stop the clock all the time on a first down. Now but they started quickly, but it does kill the clock a little bit. So they've got a timeout. Looks like they're playing their way into field goal position here.
All right, there you go. So we'll keep an eye on that. George, welcome to George Kurtz. Little hockey today. We'll start there because we got 2 games starting here in a little bit, including Colorado and St. Louis. Monster favorites. Gabe and I were trying to figure out a way to handle this thing. You can go regulation. You can put it in a parlay. You can lay a goal and a half, which is now up to minus 144. How are you attacking red-hot Colorado against St. Louis?
Well, I did 2 of those, right? I took them on the goal line, and I took them in a parlay as well with the Edmonton Oilers tonight, another big favorite there. Probably a little worried about the Oilers with Connor Ingram in net here, but they'll score some goals for me tonight. I also think you could take many props in this game as well. You want to go with McKinnon anytime goal or 2 points, net just same thing. I kind of, the other night we talked the other night, I hit with Brock Nelson anytime goal. Going to go with another lesser player tonight. Going to go with Nichushkin to get an anytime goal tonight as well for Colorado.
All right.
World Juniors are going on too tonight, which I kind of missed out on. It's normally, you know what, I'm surprised it's not USA Canada, actually. It's New Year's Eve. Doesn't feel like New Year's Eve to me. It just feels like another day. But normally they do the big game like Canada, USA, New Year's Eve. But Canada's playing Finland right now in the World Juniors. And Canada is up 3-2 early. Like there's 7 minutes left in the first period. And there's already been 5 goals scored in this game. Like pretty wild. I want to get in on this. I'm going to get on an in-game. The in-game was just 10.5. They just locked it. I have the game. What the hell happened? So, all right, no one scored still. Oh, did Finland just tie this? No, big save. But, yeah, we got some hockey. NHL hockey. We got World Junior hockey. We got college basketball, college football, NBA basketball. We got it all. AHL hockey. You guys ever bet AHL? That's when you know you're a DJ.
No.
And hardcore.
Yeah,
the Bakersfield Condors versus the Coach Valley Firebirds. Yeah, if you can watch it, why not bet it, Scott? You got odds for it.
Yeah.
You got it on TV.
For some lights. I get all kind of crazy. I get all that AHL stuff. It's great, actually. You turn that
San
stuff on,
Diego
you watch
Gulls
fight.
and the Roadrunners, Tucson Roadrunners, San Jose Barracuda. I like that, guys. Instead of San Jose Sharks, it's the Barracuda.
Kudos. Like that. There you go. How about Edmonton and the Boston Bruins, George? My Bruins are falling apart, boy. Good start to the season. Looked like they were going to surprise everybody, and they did, but it's just reality hit them in the face here. Minus 182 for the Oilers tonight.
Once again, I got them in the parlay with the Avs there, so I'm certainly rooting for the Oilers. I'm on the over as well with Edmonton. I don't know if I've ever bet an under, certainly not in the Connor McDavid era as far as betting unders here. And same thing. And you could play so many props in this game. You want to go McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, Nugent Hopkins. You can feel free. I'm going to go McDavid to get at least 2 points here. He got to a slow start to the season, but now he may have just fallen behind McKinnon for the points lead, but he's right there with them as he's taking off. He had Draisaitl anytime goal as well. I played Draisaitl anytime goal in quite a few games here. He always seems to score. Went to a little dry spell for there about last week, maybe for 4 or 5 games, but he's back now. He'll score tonight.
How about a Bruin or an Edmonton Colorado parlay? That brings it down to basically even money, minus 103.
That's what I did. I had it minus 110. It got better. I did it earlier this morning. I thought it might get worse. So when I was on TEL this morning, that's what the parlay I took here. But it did get better. You're right. It was minus 103 during the earlier in-game live as well. So if you had more pages than I did, you save 7 cents.
Edmonton are never a lock. They're playing better hockey.
Yeah.
It is New Year's Eve, so, they're going to be fired up at home and all that type of stuff. But Flyers are in Calgary. Flyers continue their road trip. And the Flames are actually minus 135 favorites. But I like the Oilers tonight, but that price scares me off. And so we've got a long field goal attempt coming up here by Ohio State. And it's a 49-yard attempt. It is lined up down the middle of the field, and he is nowhere near close. So we go to the half 14-0.
Wow.
Yeah. The Miami Hurricanes shut him out in the first half.
14-0. They give it up
number
now,
2 ranked
points.
team in the country.
Yeah. Give it up 3 points in the last game and a half of this playoff. This is the Miami
Scott.
defense.
At Texas A&M and versus Ohio.
Yeah.
That defense, man, can't say, but the ACC. These guys are good. Their defense is nasty.
Yeah. Got that chip on their shoulder. It's down to Georgia plus 420 now. As this game gets longer and longer, Ole Miss is down to 19-1. I told you, you want to bet that to win the national championship.
I wish Kalshi had to mark it up for, will there be a country music artist playing at the half here? It is the Cotton Bowl? I'm assuming, they don't do the Dr. Pepper stuff anymore, right? So I'm missing that.
No,
actually.
I think the first round. Yeah. Any surprises, George, for you with the announcements on the Olympic teams? I know we don't have the full team for the Americans, but any surprises so far for you?
I am kind of surprised. Listen, we'll start with the Islanders, right? I'm glad Matthew Schaefer didn't make it, by the way. He needs the break. The 18-year-old. I'm happy he didn't go there. And I think Team Canada probably made the right move. Like most people, I am surprised that it was Bo Horvat over Bennett. Horvat's been great for the Islanders when healthy. All right, he's scoring goals there. He's really been their only true goal scoring threat. So I understand why. But losing Bennett, who's a winner, that guy, he seems to score big goals when you need him to score big goals. That was a little bit of a surprise here. I guess, what was it, Fanatics weren't kidding the other night. Suzuki did make it there. So I kind of find that funny. Maybe they did know the roster early.
They clearly did. And Suzuki said, though, today that he didn't believe it. Like, he basically said that until he got the call, right? But that was a massive screw-up. Like, to have, this big anticipation about a roster reveal and Fanatics start selling the team jerseys and stuff 48 hours ago. Yeah, Scott, people like Montreal Canadian fans were on top of it right away. And they said, look, Fanatics are selling Team Canada Nick Suzuki jerseys for the Olympics. Right? And it's kind of hard to hide, the roster reveal if Fanatics already knew, right? So they clearly did know. Listen, it's when you get to Team Canada, it's hard to really, you're splitting hairs, Kurtz, right? You can tell. I agree. I'm surprised a little bit about Bennett. Scheifele, they clearly don't like. Scheifele got left off the Four Nations team. He got left off this team. Connor Bedard got left off the team, and it was reported that it wasn't just the injury, that he wasn't going to make the team anyways, which is pretty harsh, actually. I saw a roster, guys, of Team Canada's guys that got left off the team, and you could argue that they would win a medal.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I saw this. I don't know if I saw the same one, but I saw the same thing. Listen, they're loaded. They're always
it was John
Tavares,
Mark Scheifele, Connor Bedard. It was it's a pretty good team, actually. A
lot of good Canadian hockey players. All right, there's always going to be guys.
Not everyone can make it, right? Like Bedard and Celebrini are kind of the same. They're kids. They're smaller.
I would take Celebrini.
Canada don't like young players. They're just sort of they want veteran guys.
You don't trust them. That's what it is. You just don't trust them. You trust the veterans here, which I understand, but I'm a guy who believes that the best players have to play.
It's pretty wild. Team Canada only have 2 players that were born after 1995. Just for the record, you want to talk about they don't trust kids.
Wow, you talk about young.
Way me feel old.
Yeah.
That's just great there.
I know. Only 2 guys, 1995.
I will talk some NFL with you when we come back. Colorado already 1-0.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways Half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, we are at the half talk with our good buddy George Kurtz. A little NFL preview here coming up, but just to let you know, Miami does lead 14-0. They're laying 6.5, and the over-under is down to 35.5. Buckeyes will get the ball to start the second half, but we'll keep you
Big
posted on
drive
that.
for them,
That probably
boy.
won't start for another 10, 15 minutes. What's that, Gabe?
Big drive for them when they get the ball first. They need to get back in this. And the total, too, has been swinging, and I got all excited about the over, and I started chasing a little bit. Unfortunate. And, Kurt, you're not a big college football guy, but I'll tell you what, you're an NFL fan. If you're an NFL fan, you should be watching this game because there are literally like 20 guys on the field like that are going to be. Reuben Bain could be the top pick in the NFL draft. Arvell Reese could be like a top 5 pick in the draft. Caleb Downs will be a top 10 pick in the draft. I could go on and on, man. Like, unbelievable talent in this football game right now. But let's just throw one thing out here with the pucks, guys, which I didn't bet them. I was a little bit worried. I was like, all right. I nearly took Dallas tonight, but Buffalo won, not 9 in a row now. Yeah. You did? You took Buffalo, Kurtz? You got in front of the streak tonight?
No.
Now.
I took Dallas.
Yeah, you got in front of the streak. Yeah, they've won 9 in a row, and you're getting
Dallas in Dallas. I said on the earlier show, this will be the night the streak ends. That's what I was saying. This will be the night. It's a
I was thinking the same thing. What do you think, Scott? I was thinking earlier, I couldn't do it. I was like, yeah, Dallas, you got to, they're not winning every game. But Buffalo lose.
The greatest sports axiom of all time, guys. Winners bet with streaks, losers bet against streaks. I know it's Dallas. I get all that, but, I'm
taking the Sabres right now.
This year.
I'm taking them right now, plus 100.
Take them. Yeah,
that's all they are, right? Tied 1-1 right now. That's all they are is plus 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, the odds makers know that the Sabres are in this game.
Yeah. I got plus 116, by the way. So I'm getting a little bit better number.
Oh, screw you. Oh, suck on that. Isn't that good for you, Kurt?
Maybe I'll hedge.
Colorado scored again, and that's going back and forth. Maybe there was a goal that was disallowed. McCarr had scored the second goal.
They took it back?
I think
it's 1-0 Avs. 1-0 Avs.
Disallowed.
Doesn't matter. Natushkin got the goal. His anytime goal scored. This is 2 in a row for Average. I'm going to keep going with this.
That'll just upset Colorado. They'll score again in a minute. They'll get mad and score again. They'll be like, all right, screw you.
Devils down 2-0 against Columbus. Scored 3 in the third. Now lead with 12 minutes left. They scored 3 goals in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, I
That'd
think
be
when I first came on the show, it was 2-0 when I came on the show, and now it's 3-2. So go Devils, go! I'm on the one of the small bets. So I'm on the Devils tonight. That's good as well. But listen,
What
that's
about
just
the
a small piece of
Flames?
bet.
Yeah.
Guys, the Flames are hot right now. Like the Flames are
They
like
are.
they've been winning hockey games. Right?
Flyers
They're
played
7-3
last night
in their
as
last.
well.
Yeah, and you had the big
They won their
Vancouver game last
time at
night.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's another small bet on the
They are
Flames tonight.
favorites, Scott. Like the odds makers, they're getting sharper with hockey. Like they're like, yeah. Now we know Calgary are playing better. And listen, Calgary are literally one game away from 500. You don't think this matters? They know this. It's the new year too. It's so symbolic. New Year's Eve, you get to 18-4 after the disastrous start to the season. It'd be pretty big. Yeah, and if you're the Flyers, you've been winning, you've been on the road, right? Well, you had the Seattle. Look, you've been at Chicago, you won. You went to Seattle, you lost. You had the little Talkett return game. That was last night. It was a chippy game, 6-3 game. Now you're playing in Calgary, and Vancouver and Calgary is not right beside each other. It's a pain in the ass. Like Philadelphia definitely did not get to Calgary and to bed till like 4 a.m., 4 a.m. type thing. I like the Flames tonight.
Yeah.
It's a little heavy in price at minus 142, but I like them as well.
That's not that
All right,
bad.
guys, now I'm seeing 3-0 for the Avalanche. I told you. It just pissed them off. Did they just score? What's going on here?
I've got 3-0 as well. The Chushkin 2 goals. McKinnon got the other one.
I told you. Yeah, it'll just piss them off. And they did. Yeah. They scored 2 more.
They did. Jeez.
Like, what the hell is going on with this team? They're a juggernaut.
Yeah, they
Them in Michigan basketball.
3 goals and 2.6.
Gets the second one, and McKinnon gets his 33rd. So,
wow, 13 seconds. I got to tell you guys, speaking of the Olympics, and Kurtz, I'll throw it to you on this one. John Cooper is super loyal. You see all the Lightning players are on Team Canada and stuff. We can't. Jordan Binnington's a mess, bro. Like, you got to go with Logan Thompson. They're going to go with Binnington because he was the Four Nations guy. The leash has to be incredibly short, though, guys. That's Canada. Like, seriously, it's got to be Logan Thompson is the one goalie for Canada, in my opinion.
No argument here. You and I have already discussed this, right? I mean, you want to give Binnington the first game to say thank you for winning the Four Nations, and he won the Four Nations. He did. He played fantastic. But that being said, I mean, Thompson's outplayed him massively, really ever since here. But
Binnington's
I guess
percentage is like 874 or something now. It's really bad. Like, we got a problem.
Yeah, Thompson's like 30.
They actually just think, you know what? He's going to put the Canada jersey on and everything will be different. That's the way they think about that.
Maybe he will. But Thompson is more deserving. In a vacuum, it should be Tom. Hell, I don't even think that's number 2. Right? Isn't Wedgwood, by the way, Canadian as well?
USA.
Yeah. I don't know.
Darcy Kemper's playing good hockey, man. Speaking of all his wins. Right? But he'll be there.
He's the
third goalie doesn't really play.
He's number 3.
Yeah, he'll be the number 3. What, for Canada?
Yeah. FanDuel's got him at plus 135, USA plus 190.
I wouldn't sleep on Sweden.
They're the third best team.
Yeah.
It's in Europe, too. Right? It's just that sort of little difference. Like, there's going to be a little edge to this. Everybody just sort of assumes Canada, USA, right? I'm just stating, like, if you're looking for that third wheel with a little bit of value, Sweden or Finland, but Swedes are more reliable.
I mean, the better values on Sweden. Take a shot, they can get hot there and go. I think Canada's going to win. I always think Canada's going to win. But the values on Sweden, you know, I would have no problem putting a couple of bucks on Sweden, hoping they can come through. But
USA's roster is going to be stacked. We could hit it later in the week. Their roster is going to be stacked. The thing is, they're going to be younger and more offensive-minded. Canada, though, dude, Canada, think about it, guys. You got Connor McDavid, Nate McKinnon, and Sidney Crosby as your top 3 centers.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's the over. That's the over, for sure. Thanks, Jordan.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways: half court, full court, running gun, walk it up. And they out-execute you, maybe except for that game versus Texas Tech.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe. Halftime still underway there, waiting for the second half to begin. We'll talk with Kobe Danton about 5 minutes when the second half begins. So 4-0 Gabe, Colorado. We've given out more winners in hockey in a game that's 4.5 minutes old than we did in the first half of the college football game.
Yeah, we won a bet pretty much. Well, we haven't won yet, but we laid the 1.5. But yeah, at the half. So we were like, this halftime's going to be long, 20 minutes. And it's been pretty fun. We bet on Colorado, and they're up 4-0. Dude, there's 13 minutes left, Scott, in the first period.
First period, yeah.
I'm almost thinking like we've been looking like there must be mistakes going on here. There's a goal, there's not a goal. Oh, suddenly it's 3 and now it's 4. No, but it's 4-0, guys, with 13 minutes left. They've scored 4 goals in the first 6 minutes. They really are. I want to bring this up because, like the Boston Bruins a couple of years ago, I guess they set a record, most points in an NHL season. Whatever, dude. You got a point for showing up. If your team busts, and now teams even have a hard time showing up on time, Scott, in the NHL. They're always late. Oh, we were late. Screw you. I told you. I'd be hardcore. You didn't show up on time. This is pro sports. You were in an accident. You should have left earlier. That's the way I look at it. But, the Boston, whatever. You got a point now. You got points now. In the old days, you didn't have shootouts and all that, right? So, I look at, the Montreal Canadiens, Scott, as the best team ever, right? As far as the season is concerned. It was real, all right? The 1976, 1977, and the Canadiens won 6 cups in the 70s. They were the dominant team. But they had 132 points in 1976, 77, wow. 132 points. But think about it, there were no free points, guys. You didn't get a point for losing and stuff like that, right? Boston Bruins were at 135. So what? Right? Who cares? All this modern type stuff. The Montreal Canadiens in 1977-78 had 129 points. Right? Just unbelievable stuff. But Scott, this Colorado Avalanche team is on pace, bro. We talk about Oklahoma City breaking a record. They've lost twice in regulation. How many times do you think they'll lose in regulation this year?
I mean, that's amazing. Who's going to lose more, OKC or Colorado? And as a Bruins fan, and you're a gambler, so
as crazy as it sounds.
Yeah. Boston, when they set that record, what was it, 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years, whatever it was, 2 or 3. Their lines were not like Colorado. They weren't laying minus 350, every single night. It was 2-1, minus 170. Throughout the entire season, there was doubt about how the team really wasn't that good. But these lines with Colorado are like crazy now. I'm minus 350 in regulation. Even
make 'em
laying
high enough.
buck and a half, you were laying $1.40.
Yeah, we're in the Dodger territory now. Remember Clayton Kershaw on his peak, or Randy Johnson with the Yankees in the old days would be like, oh boy, it's minus 550, minus 600. Like Kershaw, guys, Clayton Kershaw actually had a run where the Dodgers went like 49-3 in 52 starts. Yeah. Like there was a story in Vegas. They were like, we cannot make this high enough. Like people are just killing us with the parlays, right? With this stuff all the time. They could have been like, they were like, yeah, make it 550, make it 600. What are we going to get to with Colorado at some point with the odds? They can't like keep giving money away.
I remember the craziest.
I feel like a fool. I left it on the table, Scott. I should be betting them more every game, and I really haven't been. I got to be honest with you. I've been betting it, but I don't. It's not religious for me. Like it should be a religious experience. It's free money. You know what I mean?
I will say I jumped on late, but it's religious now. This is their 39th game, right? They're not going to lose. It's 4-0, right? You said it. They've only lost twice. We're approaching the halfway point.
What's their goal differential?
2 regulation losses. I mean,
what's their goal differential? Let me see their goal differential. I imagine it's just stupid, sick, crazy.
66 plus 66.
All right, plus 66. They've only played 38 games. Yeah. Okay, let's put in comparison. Who's the second highest? Dallas or plus 34?
Right. Yeah, that's the second. So it's
what
almost
a difference.
Almost 2 to 1.
What a difference the Eastern and Western Conference, though. We kidded about the other day about like Minnesota would be the best team in the East, but they're in third place in their own division.
Right.
Like you look, Scott, the number one plus minus team in the East is Tampa at plus 26. No one else is even close. Like everybody is -1, +2, 0, -1, -8, +1. Carolina's plus 15. Washington are plus 16, surprisingly enough. But you look at the West, dear God. Colorado plus 66, Dallas plus 34, Minnesota Wild plus 21. After that, though, it's a little bit scattered.
Yeah. I'm actually a little surprised with that. You look at the West.
I want to see the East versus West record this year, Scott. I want to look this up. I don't know if you have that. I want to find the record. Like West versus East teams head-to-head. What is it this year?
Yeah. That'll be interesting. We'll talk Colby Dan will join us next. Great.
They have by far the highest ceiling out of any team in the league. Elite talent, NBA shot making, versatility, and the best coach in the league in John Shire. They can beat you in multiple ways: half court, full court, running.